All right, so I'm on the new Ride1Up Portola electric bike, and this is their first foldable electric bike, which I'm pretty excited because I really like Ride1Up bikes. But the number one thing that they get right with this bike is the folding action, right? So basically at the bottom of the middle of the frame, you do have this latch that you undo. And then also on the handlebars, you have another latch that you can undo. And the pedals also fold up too. But the simple little addition that they made to this bike is that they added this little strap that's bolted to the frame. And then now you can wrap that around the front suspension fork. And now the bike, as far as the main part, it's not going to be flapping around when you go to move it. That's the most annoying part of any foldable bike, is that you can fold it, but once you start to move it and you're trying to put it in and out of your car, it comes undone and then just makes a mess of it. So now the handlebars will still be movable, so they don't have a strap for the handlebars. So that's one thing I would like to see them add in the next version of the bike. But the main part is definitely going to be the heaviest part of the bike is going to be strapped together. So this just makes a world of difference. And you can also take advantage of the quick release on the front tire to make this bike even more portable. Just pull that down, and then now you can slide the tire out very easily. And the bike easily does stand up by itself too, which is very important when you do have it folded. Okay, so now for my speed test. So to unlock this bike into class 3 mode, you basically just have to press on the power button and the minus button at the same time while you're on the main display, and that will allow you to cycle between class 2, class 3, and also class 1. And then you can also go into the additional settings and you'll be able to change different speed levels for pedal assist levels and stuff like that. But anyway, let's get this thing going in 3, 2, 1, boom. Throttle only will be my first test, and a little bit of a shaky start here. And so this will be able to just top me out at 20 miles per hour even after we unlock it. So we're already at like 18, 19 miles per hour right now. Nobody's coming. 19.6 on my GPS app on my phone. So this is going to be the maximum for us. So let's test out these hydraulic disc brakes. Oh yeah, I didn't slam on them too hard, but yeah, the brakes are really good. And again, we're looking at around 20 miles per hour for throttle only. All right, so now for my pedal assist test in 3, 2, 1, boom. All righty. So this bike does have 65 Newton meters of torque, which isn't bad for a bike of this size. And we are moving, baby. 20 miles per hour already. 22, 24, 26.1, 26.8, 27, 27.3, and I'm coming to the end of the road here. So that is with me pedaling really hard. So look, you can get up to that 28 miles per hour, but you're gonna be working really hard. But just going at a cruising, chill pace while pedaling, I'm looking at around like 25, 26 miles per hour, which still isn't bad. And this bike also has a really good price, at least in my opinion. So the normal price for this bike is $995. But right now at the time of this video, I think it's their Black Friday sale, but it's around like $900, so like $100 off. So, I don't know how long that's going to last, but even at the normal price, what you're getting as far as the total package and performance, I think it's a really, really good deal. But this bike with the battery only weighs 60 pounds and it can support rider weight up to 300 pounds or so. But it also does have a rear rack integrated into the frame, which is nice to see on a foldable bike. And this rear rack does work with the Connect Plus system. So Ride1Up does sell accessories on their website that will make it very easy to attach it to this rear rack. But as far as rider heights, this thing will accommodate riders between 4'10" and 6'4". So that's a pretty good range. And this is a step-through design, so you don't really need to use that. But this bike is very easy to get on and off. The seat post is adjustable up and down. And as far as the seat, it is okay, right? I would like a little bit more cushion, but for the $1,000 price tag, as far as the normal price for this bike, I'm not mad at it. And I probably would add on a suspension seat post to help out with the overall comfort of the this bike. And this bike does come in 3 different colors. So it does have this charcoal color, which is going to be glossy, and also sea turquoise. And then also you have indigo, which is going to be a matte color. But yeah, this bike looks good. It has a really good styling, a little bit of logos here for Ride1Up, nothing, too crazy. So overall, this bike does look really nice in my opinion. And also, look, I'm 6 feet tall. I weigh around 220 pounds. And the biggest thing for me for a small portable bike, I don't want to look like too big on it. I don't want to look like this bike is like made for kids. So I think I look pretty okay on this bike for being my size. And, a lot of times with these smaller foldable bikes, they just look, again, too small, or they're like too big and heavy. This is right there in the middle. Now the cable management is good, but there is this one long cable that's kind of just like out by itself. So I wish they would have been able to find some way to kind of really like strap that down. Sometimes that can get in the way when you are folding the bike up, but you know, nothing too annoying. Now this bike also has a pretty small headlight on the front, not super powerful, not super bright, but good enough to get the job done. And then on the back, you will find a tail light, which also doubles as a brake light. And I'm also liking the hand grips on the handlebars. They're very nice and rubbery and grippy, and also they have pretty decently sized palm rests to be able to hold all that meat on the bottom of my hand. And let me go over this bump here. All right, not too bad, not too bad. So this bike does have 20 by 3-inch tires, and you do get some metal fenders on both of the tires. So, you know, again, I wouldn't say this is going to be great for going over a lot of rough terrain, but if you do need to take a shortcut in the park like I am doing, it's not going to be that bad. And this front suspension does come in with 80 millimeters of travel, and it is a hydraulic front suspension, which is overall good. One thing I would like to see is some way to adjust the suspension as far as like the preload. You don't have that, but you can lock it out or unlock it depending on what type of ride quality that you want. And this thing handles really well, man. For a little small portable bike, like I feel like I want to take this, you know, different places that I wouldn't like to take a smaller bike like this. So the tire size definitely is a good size and a good thickness to make this bike, you know, again, be very flexible. Sharp turn here, sharp turn. All right, there we go. I made it. And I'm gonna do a little jump here. Just a tiny jump like this tiny bike, but I made it. Now, as far as the range, let's talk about that. So basically you have two different battery sizes that you can choose from for this bike. So both versions come in at 48 volts, and the first one will be 10.4 amp hours, and that will get you between 20 to 40 miles as far as the advertised range. And then the second bigger battery comes in at 13.4 amp hours, and that is rated to get you between 25 and 45 miles range. Now, again, the range depends on how fast you're pushing this bike, how much you weigh, different terrain, the wind, hills, all of that good stuff. Now, the battery is also easy to remove. It's located at the kind of top of the bike, so you can use one of the two included keys that comes with this to be able to unlock it, pull it out, and take it inside and charge it, or you can always leave it on the bike and charge it that way. But bottom line, this isn't going to be a range champion. This is going to be kind of a quick point A to point B type of bike. You know, again, you can go probably, I would say 15 to 18 miles, you know, if you are going to be pushing this bike using throttle only, going to top speed. And this range is going to be perfect for how I'm going to be using this bike as something that I will take with me when I am doing like a road trip or something. And when I get to my destination, I don't want to like have to always drive around on a car or walk everywhere. Like I can just pull this thing out and still have room in my trunk for my luggage and stuff. But yeah, this thing just allows me to go explore a little bit for somewhere I haven't been before, and just give me a little bit of flexibility, especially because I do like to go on bike paths and stuff. Now, as far as controls, on the left-hand side, you will find a thumb throttle, and then next to that, you will find the LCD display. It's a black and white display, nothing fancy here, no cool animations or anything like that, just that critical information you need, speed, range, all of that stuff. And the buttons to control the display are actually on the display itself. And then on the right-hand side, you will find the controls for the Shimano 8-speed derailleur. So you have an 8-speed shifter, which is pretty nice to have. So if you are going up a steep hill, you can drop down to those lower gears, and this will help you out a little bit. You can still take advantage of the walking mode just by pressing and holding down on the minus button. And then now the motor will kick in a little bit, and you can walk alongside your bike. Now, overall, the handling is good, but do be aware that the pedals do come down kind of low. So if you are taking like a very sharp turn, you know, make sure you pull that inside pedal up a little bit. But outside of that and some of the other little small things that I mentioned before in this review, there's not a lot that I cannot like about this bike. This is just the best all-around compact foldable bike that I've used to date as far as speed, performance. It doesn't feel too weak, but also it's not too small. It's the right size, and it just has a really good folding mechanism, and it got the folding right. So it is just a bike that I find myself like wanting to ride a lot. And I have a lot of big, powerful bikes, but there's something about this bike that just has a charm to it that makes it really good for people who are looking for something that they can stow away in their garage without taking too much space, or again, they can take with them on the road, because this will easily fit into a trunk and also not be flying around because you do have that strap. So yeah, this Ride1Up Portola, hopefully I'm saying the name right, for the $1,000 normal price tag, I think it's a great deal. So I'll drop a link down below to this bike so you can check that out if you want. But also don't be afraid to let me know what you think about this bike in the comments below. But like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.